Next up, let's go with Tiffany. She is our apprentice as well. You know what, I'm gonna let Tiffany talk Tiffany, because what Tiffany has been able to help Emergent Works do with our Bolt app, which is the Bail Fund app that we're working on. She has not only helped keep on track for helping people to not only get out of jail through her work, through her efforts with the app, but also really be able to provide a really loving environment and safe environment for us to not only work together, but to have fun together, to fellowship, to network. So Tiffany, please take the floor. It is all yours. Make some noise for Tiffany.
Oh gosh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you again to Emergent Works for giving me this amazing opportunity to just kind of like extend my my journey into tech and into coding. It's been the most incredible summer of my life. It's been ups and downs, twists and turns, but at the end of the day, I really feel like I've just done such an amazing job, and my brilliant, lovely, beautiful mentor, Elle, has been here with me every step of the way. So if it wasn't for her, I swear I wouldn't have been able to make it this far. So I really want to thank her the most. She's just like everything to me. And I feel like when you go through this process, you realize how we become a family. And that's what Emergent Works to me is. I'm just so grateful to be a part of this family, and I'm really excited about the future. So let me just jump in and show you a little bit of what I did on my personal project. Through the apprenticeship, I worked on the bail fund, as Eli stated earlier. We helped to streamline their intake processes. So like all of the information that they use for their electronic devices, i.e. like ankle bracelets and things like that. We made an app so that the user and the company Bolt could have easy access to all of their information and kind of streamline all of their payments. It's just an incredible thing to see something come from like scratch and then be able to make it to the end and see it all kind of just come to fruition. So what I did was I had my own mini project, my personal website, and I basically used all of the skills that I learned from the bigger Bolt application that we made, and I built out my own website. So it's a work in progress. It's not perfect. So just so you guys know, let me share my screen. I also decided to put up some of the code that I wrote along so that you guys can see the actual like back end that I created here. So just making you know, basics of the HTML, which I'm sure you guys are somewhat familiar with, H tags and IDs, importing fonts. As you can see, Tiffany is kind of like in the shape of the, let me close that up there, in the shape of like a real Twister font that they had back in the day. And I imported that. I also imported some images like the fist and the Tim boots. I thought that was a cute little like little flavor there. And I also have some CSS in here. So you can see all of that here. So let me give you a bit of the functionality. I felt like I wanted to give like a really something clever and unique, because most people's websites, when you see them, they're kind of like just showing like maybe just their picture or like, you know, just information about their LinkedIn and this, that, and the third. But I wanted mine to be more interactive because I want to showcase some of my design elements and some of like, I come from like a film and television background. So I wanted to showcase some of my creativity. So here you can see, here's our spinner, which is an import that, you know, you can kind of get the feel of how the actual spin board would be. All of these circles here on the outsides, they're all here, as you can see on the left side, all of the the tags and IDs that I created within the classes to give a little bit of texture. I wanted to kind of put some text inside here and make like a, working MVP of the site. You can see that it's in a circle within a circle, and that way you can kind of get a feel that you're coming in and out of the game board. So each quadrant will have these buttons that you can open up, and one will be for about me, one will be contacts, my projects, and the other here is my actual resume. So it's just a fun, clever way to kind of put together all of the skills I learned throughout the summer, building it out, learning more about the HTML and CSS. I also learned JavaScript as well. So yeah, that's kind of like a little bit of the background of what I've done. I hope that kind of showcases a little bit of what you need. There it is, there's stop share. I suppose if anyone has any questions, oh, look at that. My mommy's over there, yeah. So I suppose if anyone had any questions about the apprenticeship itself, or about the skills that I learned, or about the website that I built, or the app that I built, helped to build, then you guys can shoot away. I know we only have a few minutes. Oh, and Elle also wants to say a few words, I believe.
Yeah, Tiffany, I have a question, and
Yeah.
I'm definitely giving you a speech like right after this because you deserve that. But what was your biggest goal for this apprenticeship, personal and professional?
Well, I guess my biggest goal was to really make this 3 months the most valuable, like get as much as I could out of it, because I wasn't sure exactly what I was going to learn. I wasn't sure exactly what I was going to do. I was terrified. I was like, this is a professional, like real life project. And like people are going to be paid for this, and they're expecting an actual product. So I just wanted to be able to like hang and like keep afloat. I also wanted to make sure that I was able to compound the skills that I learned from JTC, Justice Through Code. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Justice Through Code, but they're an amazing program just like this. And it really got me into the mindset of coding. I learned Python in that cohort. And I just wanted to be able to compound my skills. So if I learned the Python, then I want to learn how to do the HTML and CSS, and also really learn a new language, a new programming language would be the JavaScript. And so I just wanted to make sure I was building my skills and making the most that I could of my summer, because if you look at code today on Monday and you don't look at it again until Friday, you literally forget things. So I just wanted to make sure that I was keeping myself sharp and learning how to work in a professional environment, and learning about the agile environments and the sprints that we are going to be doing, and just like all of the terminology. Okay.
Awesome. Before Tiffany leaves the stage, I want to say, like, I've hoped in each of you that have dealt with me, you felt like honesty and like integrity and authenticity. And becoming executive director of Emergent Works was like a lot, right? Like, so January we accepted it, and I'm like, where do we go? Previously, we had this agency pilot, but it scared the hell out of me because I don't have those skills. I don't have those technical skills to lead some agency. So what does that mean? And my background is in music and ministry, so I just felt I was just wrestling with God about it, and got an email from Baltimore Action Legal Team, and they pay the bill for people that are on house arrest. And I took the call and spoke to the team, and I was like, this may be like a cool project. It's small. Scope of work is small. Let me start the process of getting the right team together. you know, so I reach out to my advisors and stuff. And, you know, come to find out that my cousin is on this app, you know, like he's in Baltimore on the ankle monitor, you know. So I was like, all right, we have to take this project, you know, but who is the right team, you know? So I reach out to two amazing people in my life, Aiden McDonald and Roberto. And I'm like, hey, Roberto, I need a senior lead, and Aiden, I need an apprentice. Like, we need an apprentice, but I need someone that looks like my mother. And because we come from these communities, and I have yet to really, you know, and shout out to the women that are in tech, shout out to the women of color that are in tech. But, you know, one thing that I wanted to see was someone that looked like my mother, spoke like my mother, walked like my mother, comes from the neighborhood that my mother comes from, get this opportunity. So, you know, we're going to talk about JTC later, but Elle and Tiffany gave me the chance to trust like a team, people, Aiden, Elle, and that's how, you know, we'll talk about it later. Like, we got a way larger project, and, you know, it contributes to the success of EW because not only did they show up and do the work, I reached out to the client and they never had anything to say to me. There was no issues. There was like, everything was sprinted out. Everything was scaled out. Oh my gosh, I love this team. And to see Tiffany and Elle just grow this relationship that grew into a real, you know, sisterhood and friendship. Like, I can leave today and be satisfied with that. So I just wanted to give Tiffany Elle flowers for representing us in the way that we need it. Like, we need you. So keep going. And Elle, you know how I feel about you. Love your soul. And want to give you a chance to share your experience as well.
I'm just feeling emotional. Thanks, y'all. I mean, this was just such an incredible opportunity. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. It was just a really, really special and beautiful time to get to share. And Tiffany and I just hanging out every day, working on this Vault app and just getting to know each other so well and getting to really connect and to, I don't know, Tiffany's just like so freaking self-motivated and is just like got so much like good energy and vibes like coming in every day. And so it was just easy. Like coming in and being like, okay, like what do we want to learn? Like how, you know, what are the goals? Like let's figure out how to get you to that space. And so, and I mean, y'all saw Tiffany's personal site, and it's just like so creative and fun, and like just like that energy, got so much personality in the site, and it just like just was such a joy. And I guess I don't know, I don't really have anything to say other than that, but I'm just really grateful to have had the opportunity. And yeah, you're freaking so great, Tiffany. And Army and Eli for just like giving me the chance to run with this and like really work with the client and just like, yeah. And Vault is coming away pretty happy, actually really happy. So it's like really incredible to both like be able to mentor such an incredible person, and then also work on this app that like is going to be really helpful in helping them to pay for electronic monitoring fees for folks in down in Maryland. So anyways, lots of love. That's all I got to say, but thanks, y'all.
Wow. All right. So didn't expect to see the tissues and the tears come out, but I'm so happy that they did, because that just means that the love is real in this room.